¿Qué pasó, amigos míos? Video number 42. Welcome back. I'm going to tell you exactly how much money you should be holding in Bitcoin and a mistake that I made with my 401k slash gold slash Bitcoin. Something stupid that I did that I wish I could have back, but I can't. We're powerless to change the past. We can only say this is where we are. Where do we go from here? But I'm not an expert in Bitcoin. I've followed it, I've listened about it, I've read about it, so I know a little bit more than the rote beginner. The mistake that I made was back around 2015, I heard an interview with a perma bear, somebody that's always bearish, somebody that's kind of famous, and I was convinced that the market was probably going to hit another downturn. It was long overdue. And stocks were going to crash. The market was going to go to zero. Gold was going to go to $1 million an ounce. And I took some money, less than 10,000, we'll just say, out of my 401k to buy gold and silver, to buy precious metals, because they've been money for thousands of years and people have always wanted them. So I bought gold. And when I did that, gold kept going down and stocks just kept going up. I missed out on some really big gains in my 401k, my retirement account, really set me back. And I learned the hard way about gold that, yes, it is a store of value, but it leapfrogs inflation. And that's about all that it does. Warren Buffett's not a fan, and rightfully so, because it doesn't generate income, which is one of my gripes with Bitcoin. It doesn't generate income. You hold it and you have to sell it in order to realize a gain, which you can do, but it's not an investment. In my opinion, an investment is something that keeps putting money into your pocket. And a house is not an investment, in my opinion, until you sell. That's when the money goes into your pocket. Same thing with gold and Bitcoin. I see them correlated in that way, that they are stores of wealth, and Bitcoin does not have the track record that gold does. It's digital currency. You all are familiar with Bitcoin. And in my opinion, what I like about it is I think it's crazy to not hold Bitcoin. I think it's a huge risk to have zero, to have no Bitcoin at all, because the simple fact that it revolutionized money. Money has not been revolutionized since maybe gold, the advent of pegging money and currency to gold and banknotes and such. So Bitcoin is decentralized. It's not controlled by any one entity, and it's kind of watched by everybody. I love blockchain. I think blockchain is the technology of the future. It utilizes the blockchain technology. And if a government wanted to stop Bitcoin or shut it down, it's virtually impossible, because they would have to shut the entire internet down. There couldn't be one computer connected to the internet running the blockchain ledger. It's very safe in that regard. Now, the cons are that I don't see a very hard cap on supply. Now, they do say that there is a supply cap on it, but what's to stop that from being broken? I don't know as much about it as other people, but I do know that it was created digitally and you can just constantly create things digitally. Gold, you just can't make more gold. You can't hack into a system and make more gold. That's the simple fact of that. And the value is only what people say it is. Now, yes, that goes for everything. That goes for stocks, that goes for homes, that goes for gold, but Bitcoin is so new that I don't know how you value it. I don't know how to put any kind of value on it. There's no history to test. It literally is just whatever people want, whatever people are willing to pay. That's why the price is incredibly volatile. And I don't think it will be a reserve currency. I don't think it has a chance at being a reserve currency of the world until it stabilizes and it becomes very, very predictable. If it's lost or stolen, there's no back. It doesn't matter. If you lose your keys, if it's stolen, it's gone. If you lose it, forget it. I don't know. That bothers me, that you have no chance to get it back whatsoever. So those are some of the things that I look at, and I'm not sure about the long term, but what I am sure about is this is a revolutionary technology that cannot be denied or ignored. And when something like this comes along that we're witnessing for the very first time in millennia, I want to be a part of it. So I take a small portion of it. And as I said, I think it's too risky to not hold any. To be a zero Bitcoiner, I think is just risky. And you see some of the big institutions when they put 50 million or 100 million dollars into it, that's pocket change to them. That is nothing other than them saying, yeah, we'll throw this at it. If it goes under, we'll write it off. And who knows what could happen. If it blows up, becomes the reserve currency of the world, yay for us. And Bitcoin, like gold, is apparently a very fun way to make money right now. And we don't know what it's going to be in 10 years or 20 years. We do have a very long track record of gold, but we just don't for Bitcoin. So it is risky. I don't care what anyone says. I'm pulling for it. Believe me, I have money in it and I'm pulling for it. So without further ado, yeah, and you can't generate income on it either. I just wanted to get that in there one more time. I know there's programs to loan it out. I've done that a little bit myself. There's a way to make some little bit of income, but not consistent income on it just yet. How much should you be holding of Bitcoin? It's a very simple answer. If you can sleep at night, you're properly allocated. If you're not checking the price of Bitcoin with sweaty palms every 10 seconds, you're properly allocated. You have too much. If Bitcoin goes to zero overnight and you're wiped out and 90% of your net worth is gone, I'm sorry, my opinion, that's way too much. I think a perfect number for the average person is to have 1% of their net worth in Bitcoin. And that may be too much for some people, which is why I said I'll tell you the exact amount. If you can't sleep, if it makes you nervous, when you look at the amount that you have in Bitcoin, imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing a big fat zero there. What would that look like for you? And if you're okay with it and you say, oh, that was fun, it was worth a shot, it was something completely crazy that took the world by storm. So let me know in the comments what you think about Bitcoin. How much of it do you hold? What is your opinion on what somebody's percentage of their net worth or portfolio should be? And what pros and what cons did I miss? Let me hear it. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I am going to buy some more because I missed the fall recently to 30K. We're back up around 40K now, and it'll be fun to look back on this video in a year's time and see where it's at and what I'm saying about it then. I'm always open. I don't have a closed mind. I love to see where things are going and the developments. So thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. Let me hear you, and I will talk to you in the next video tomorrow.